Check, check, check. Can everyone hear me? I hope so. Thought we get this rolling a couple minutes early here just so we can figure out what's going on, see if we got any bugs to work out. This is kind of a spur of the moment decision, like many things in my life. All right, let's pop this off. Yeah, there we go. Hi, everyone. I guess I could do an intro. Maybe we'll wait to 8 to do an intro. We'll see what happens. So I still don't know exactly where the keynote's going to be. I assume it would pop up on the website. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm expecting too much. It says right here, sign up for a reminder. I don't know where they're going to post it. We might spend a quarter of the time just trying to find it. I'm just going to guess that this is going to update at some point. We'll see. Who knows? Is that WizM with a capital IZ? How you doing? I have to say, this is a first for me. I've never done an official watch party, so I'm excited that you guys are here. And got my Ross shirt on, like a true groupie. 2019, this is Ross Roadie. So in 2019, I was working the Ross booth back in the day, way before the apocalypse. But yeah, man, those are crazy nights, crazy days, crazy week. If I was asked again, I probably would do it. But phew, man, it's a lot. So we got a little quiet. I can probably boost that. All right, we're coming up here. Coming up here. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's a bit of a delay from when it gets to you. Coming in super low. All right, I can boost that. I did just boost it a little bit. I'm going to try and bring it up a little bit. Let me see if I have my audio. Let's see, that's going to be this guy. I could probably bump it up some dB. Check, 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 check. That should be a little louder. All right. I could also talk louder too. It's not like I'm going to disturb anyone here in the comfort of my own home, minus my wife and daughter who are hiding in the other room, but oh man, guys, what are we thinking? What are they going to announce? 50 years of Ross. That's pretty impressive in the grand scheme of things. Man, it only feels like yesterday that they changed their logo. I still have some of the old clothing with that on. I know it's kind of frowned upon to wear it, but I'm a fan of the old logo. I am. Hits me deep. Man, T-minus 1 minute, and I try refreshing the page here. See if I see anything. Sign up for a reminder somewhere. I don't know what email it was. I'm hoping it's going to pop up here. Boy, that's going to be embarrassing otherwise, isn't it? Oh, wait, does that say 5:30? Did that change? Are we a half hour early? Oh, that's going to be real embarrassing. I'm going to have to fill 30 minutes of time. Surely that changed. Oh no. 5:30? Oh man, we're early. Man, I'm going to put a slate up and come back. That's embarrassing. I swear that said 5, like this morning when I decided to do this. Well, we could talk a little bit. It is 8. I did say I would do an intro, so I guess we could do that. Hey everyone, this is Ryan Corcoran with Broadcast Buddy TV, the all-around go-to channel for all things broadcast television. And on this channel, it is our goal to equip you with the tips, tricks, and know-hows to help make you a better broadcaster. So, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. With that being said, we are 30 minutes early for the 2024 NAB Ross Video Keynote. So, stick around. That's pretty good. I mean, after what? How many years I've been doing the channel now? It's all up here. I could do it in my sleep. That's where we are with the world. If I can remember anything, it's the intro to my videos. As many times as I had to shoot that over and over and over again. But man, gotta fill some time. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got to go to their YouTube channel. Well, that complicates things. I was hoping it would come up here. So you're saying that it is live on their YouTube channel, though. All right, let's see how much we can break this. So I need to open up another tab. We need to go to Ross Video's YouTube. Not great communication there. Let's see, Ross Video. All right, there it is. All right, hopefully this will just work. Ooh, nice beats. If I just drag this over here, I'm sure it's gonna break. Let me check OBS, see if that worked. No, that did work. How about that? Except, now what do you see? Oh, you're seeing my chat. No, we're seeing their chat. Oh, okay. I had chatception there for a second. What are we seeing? Well, theoretically, we can just full screen that. Yeah, that should look pretty good. See, I don't care about Ross's chat. I just care about my chat. That's the good times. Keep the good times coming. So anyway, guys, we are getting close to 8K subscribers. That is nuts. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that would be possible. Just doing this as a hobby, as many as you know. Now, I am here at the studio, so it's an office. It's a room in my home. So there's the veil released from the curtain there. But I am going to NAB. My flight is leaving tomorrow, so I'm heading out there. It's funny. Had to stay local for the weekend. I've talked about it a little bit on the channel before, but my daughter was born the week of NAB. So yeah, imagine the complication there. Actually, April 15th. So some people say, oh, you have a tax baby. I'm like, no, I have an NAB baby. That's magic. And yeah, so got to celebrate her birthday over the weekend. You know, I'll try to remote in for the actual, you know, we're gonna have a little something for her on her birthday on Monday. But yeah, we celebrated this weekend, so don't worry. But you know, in the future, she's gonna get so sick of Las Vegas, because guess where we're going every year for her birthday? Yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna be that dad. She's gonna be so sick of it. It is going to be awesome. Yeah, there was only 2 NABs I've missed since I started going. One was during the apocalypse. The one year that was small, I didn't go to that one. And then 2 years ago, when my wife had the audacity to have our daughter, you know, right? You guys know what I'm saying. No, I'm so blessed, and very, very exciting times. And yeah, so that's what's going on. You guys have any predictions? I think I asked that, but anyone who's just joining us, do you have any predictions about what Ross is going to introduce? I have a couple. And, you know, even with my affiliation, I know nothing. I knew nothing even when I was doing stuff for them, like, more often than I do now. They're very good at keeping secrets. The only prediction I have, and this is less of a prediction and more just like a dream, native Dante on the Ultrix. That would blow my mind. I know they originally steered clear of it like early on because in order to do anything Dante, it is like a license that you have to buy and sell per like product. So there's like a little bit of an upcharge on that. I don't know what that looks like on the back end, but I know a lot of I barely know anybody who has an Ultrix who uses Madi native and doesn't go Dante. I know of one facility, and that is in Penn State at the baseball field. I was just there probably about a month ago. Yeah, yeah. My predictions is like looking into the future, right? No, they really don't tell me anything. But that would be amazing. Like I have how many now? 3 Ultrixes, 2 of which have Dante integration, and they're using RedNets to do the Madi to Dante conversion. They're not available anymore. They stopped putting those out. So if anyone's a fan of the broadcasting Reddit, I was on there asking for some suggestions of replacements for that, and I got a lot of good feedback. So that would be my hope. Is that you know the meme of Fry from Futurama, "Shut up and take my money." Yeah, that's where we would be with that native Dante. Right? That'd save a whole 2 cables on my D1 hockey setup with the graphite. It would. 2 cables makes all the difference, and 1 less point of failure. Any box in between that I can get rid of that's making conversions. And there was a product back. So when I was trying to get my red nets was right when Dante chips became scarce. So in order to like get off the ground and running, I ended up getting this product called a multiverter, which was way overkill. I mean, it did AES to Dante to Madi, and I'm sure it was really good for other things, but man, did it not like talking to the Ultrix. I spent weeks upon weeks trying to get this thing to work. It was, I thought it was a word clock problem. I thought it was, the Madi coming in overdriven. I tried sample rate converters. I tried going from coaxial to fiber. Nothing I did could make this box work. I got ROS tech support involved. It was, but it got a red net, stuck it in, worked just perfectly. So if anyone wants 2 multiverters that aren't going to be for an Ultrix, I got 2 for sale. Just let me know. I'm sure they're probably good for everything else. All right, let's check in with chat here. What do we got? Our D1 Sports setup getting an upgrade with touch drive Ultrix and Expression next fall. Nice. Congrats. You're going to love the Expression if you haven't played with it already. I'm at the show. It starts at 8:30. Oh, you're actually at the keynote? Or you're just at the show? If you're at the keynote, man, I miss those days. Yeah, I've never been part of the actual keynote production, but I have been there, and the after party is like superb. I think the last one I was at was when they actually announced the Acuity, and that the Buffalo Bills were the first customer. And I think that might have been the year they changed the logo, I think. Don't hold me to that. But no, that was outstanding. They had like some really cool like themed cocktails for the occasion. Ruby, oh, you are at the keynote? That is absurd. I wish I could be there. For those who are joining, I am going out. My flight leaves tomorrow, and I'm based in Pennsylvania, so yeah, it's 3 years. Wow, 3 hours behind out there in the Pacific Coast. What else we got here? I'm from Cannonsburg, and I have lived in the Memphis area for 24 years now. Your videos have inspired me to start my own sports broadcast company this spring. Thank you. You are welcome, Josh. I get so much feedback from you guys, and that's why I do this. I love teaching. I love spreading the knowledge. I never want to be that guy to just like, you know, keep everything in. I appreciate all of you guys, all of your feedback, and for sticking with the channel. And I did say when I got started that if I ever hit 10K subscribers, that's when I would probably start releasing some merch. I didn't know that I would ever want to do that like too soon. I felt like that would be kind of like, man, what's the word? Pretentious? I gotta stay humble. Are you working the floor or just going to walk around a bit? So, not working the floor. I have done that in the past, though. I've worked on the Ross booth probably 3 or 4 years, and that's insane. But I'm going to go out to meet with some people. I got to do some research for a project I'm working on for my own broadcast company, Mythology. And I released a video last year, my 2023 NAB experience, which was not as high quality production as I wanted it to be. I just kind of like, you know, family stuff running out of time. But I actually, for anyone who is curious or would have any feedback, I was thinking of walking around and doing some short form content like YouTube shorts for things like, yeah, just product updates, interviews, and stuff like that, while at the same time taking footage for maybe like a bigger video after the experience. So if anyone has any feedback or think they would want to see something like that, you know, some shorts, just interviewing some people at different booths, talking about what's new. I've done one short in my life, and I have no idea how to edit them, so that might be something I would have to sit and learn on the flight, but it could be fun. Oh, and I still have my stickers from last year. For those who don't know or who are new to the channel, I printed like a snot load of stickers that said NAB 2023 with the channel logo on it. I printed like 100 of them. I'm like, it's probably overkill, but I want to be safe. And I maybe gave away 25 of them. You know, I started like giving them out like candy at like some of the booths. It was like, oh yeah, check me out. But yeah, and I was hoping I would get recognized a little bit more. Again, kind of like pushing a little outside that humble zone and into like the pretentious state. But you know, some people did say they looked for me, and for those who haven't been to NAB, it is a big show. It is the second largest, if I recall, in Las Vegas, and fills like 90-some% of the convention center. Just throwing statistics out there. Don't double check me on that. But I am pretty sure it's the second largest one. And to keep it family friendly, I won't tell you what the first one is. You can Google that. But how am I doing filling time? Man, 15 minutes. It's almost like funny story. Growing up, I was never an outgoing, outspoken person, and I really kind of came into it after I graduated high school. So just being able to talk continuously, back then, I couldn't even stand up in front of the class. I would be shaking. But I don't know. We all change, and I remember, fun story for anyone watching, but when I first started the channel, even talking to the camera was a little weird for me. So I have a little teleprompter, you know, iPad size that I have on the front of my camera when I do my scripted videos. In order to get myself like trained to talking to the camera, I actually put a picture of Keanu Reeves on the iPad, so it was like facing me, so it was like actually talking to somebody. That's how bad it was. I was just so awkward doing it, and you can see if you look at my early videos, I was a little dry. I might still be dry, I don't know. Doing things live is always a little easier, and off the cuff is, you know, impromptu is always a little easier than something scripted. But I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but like if you want to show like regular level energy on camera, you have to like turn it up almost 50% before it actually like comes across as normal energy. Because if you give normal energy, then it's like low for anyone perceiving it on the other side. Thoughts of the Black Magic announcements. The move to 2110 seems to be the way to go now. My opinions of 2110, of IP in general. I'm still not on board. I think it's great for stadiums. I think it's great for studios. I think it's great for, anything that's not dynamically changing. And people will probably call me out on this. And it's partly because I understand it fundamentally. I just haven't had that much experience with it. I'm still a baseband video guy right now. I know it's getting better every day, and I know that's kind of pushing to be like the standard, but there's still a lot of other standards out there that are kind of circling the drain right now as it all kind of comes together. So I think it's great that people are pushing harder and harder for it. I know I was involved with the Atlanta Falcons, and they were all IP, and it worked great for them. And man, who else was I involved with that was strictly IP? Sorry, I'm like reading chat at the same time. Brian says, whoa, I just remembered we worked together several years ago at Illinois basketball championships. Yep, I was there. Welcome, sir. That is what's wild about this industry, is it is so small. I mean, I've been very fortunate to be able to travel around and meet a lot of people, and it's just always, it's one of the main reasons I love going out to NAB, is it's always such a huge reunion between colleagues and students and just people who I learned from in the industry. It is such, if anyone has ever been on the fence about going, you need to put it on your list. It is huge. Monumental Sports in DC is building a new 2010 facility since they bought out NBC Sports Washington. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know a lot of what are they called? Not integrators, but consultants. I know a ton of consultants that are pushing 2110. Read into that the way you will, but it's probably, here's what's wild. Whether or not anyone, and this may be a hot take, I don't know. I really try to stay away from giving my opinions on these things, but IP video is just baseband video being converted. At the end of the day, right? Am I wrong? It's like, fiber coming out, single mode fiber. There's really not such thing as IP video out of a baseband unit. Like, let's take an expression. It has an IP card in it, but that is starting at baseband and being converted to IP. So IP is just the medium of which is being transported. So it's all still baseband. And I'm all for different means of transportation, transport, right? That's how we got from NTSC to where we are today, with 12G, 4K, UHD video. It's the evolution of things. But again, I would love to dive more into 2110. I would love to understand it more, the benefits and everything. Well, I know the benefits, at least, from a transport perspective, but I don't know. I'm that guy who just wants to take my test monitor and plug a BNC in and just get video and be able to troubleshoot. But with IP video and having to subscribe to a stream in order to see it, it's interesting. And people have been asking me to do a video on IP video on 2110, and I don't know enough. I'm going to be honest, I just do not have the expertise in that. But at the same time, that would be actually a pretty good idea for a podcast type scenario. Get some people on who really know it, and some other people who are really against it. That could be fun. I'm sure people have done that in the past, but I'm not always privy to everything out there on the internet and what people are doing. But hey, I always am welcome to your guys' ideas. So I do have some stuff in the works. I can't say who I'm doing it for, but I am doing a review video for a product. That's going to be coming in probably about a month and a half. I did get the product in the mail, and I told them I would release the video after their next beta software is released for the product. So that'll be interesting. That'll be new for the channel, is actually doing a product review. Kind of excited, kind of nervous. You know, I certainly want to present the product and in the best light, but I want to be able to give honest opinions on it. So we'll see how that goes. How are we doing? 9 minutes. 9 minutes and counting. Ah, man. Watch party. How embarrassing. Showing up 30 minutes to the party early. For the guy who said that they're, what is it, UTH Tech? Youth Tech? At the Keynote, you gotta let me know how that after party is. It's usually pretty good. So the Keynote is, if they haven't changed it, it's at the Tuscany. And that's usually where all the Ross people end up staying, so it becomes very easy for them. And I know there's a lot of other like cool after parties and stuff. I think I just got an email about one that the actual convention is doing Monday night. I think I might avoid that one. That might be a little crazy. But my Monday is going to be very busy. I have so many meetings. I have a couple parties I have to go to, just to, you know, meet up with people, see how they're doing, that kind of stuff. This is actually going a lot smoother than I thought it would. I put a picture on my Instagram of what this streaming setup looks
Hello,
like.
everyone.
Oh.
We're so excited to see so
starting?
many of you here today. To make sure
Can you
everyone
guys hear
can
this
enjoy
okay?
the event, could we please ask you to kindly move to the center of your section? That way, we can ensure everyone has a great view and a comfortable experience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, let me know how the levels were for that. Okay, so Youth Tech has confirmed we are in the Tuscany. That's good. Yeah, let me know how the levels were for that, if I need to boost the audio from the stream. I guess you would have told me if you could hear the casual, relaxing music about ready to make me fall asleep. Cool. It's almost like I've done this before, and I really haven't. The only other live stream I've done was the 6 hours to build a control room, just because. But I think it was that video that pushed me over the edge that I was able to actually become a YouTube partner. So yeah, maybe I'll do something like that in the future. YouTube has been pushing me to like set up like a subscriber perks, I guess, if you will. I just don't really know what I would do other than like a Discord server, but a roll could come up a few dB. It sounds like you're using the earbuds mic. It's not the greatest, but yeah, could be better. I don't have like a so yeah, if you want to see, it's on my Instagram at Broadcast Buddy TV or Broadcast Bud TV, I forget. But yes, I am using the mic from the headphones, and this was a very spur of the moment thing. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh yeah, the Ross Keynote's today. Wouldn't that be fun if we did this? All right, so I'm gonna just hop back here to OBS. I'm gonna pull the desktop audio just a hair, maybe 2 dB. Yeah, that'll be good. Well, thank you, Youth Tech, for joining us. We'll see you on the replay. Oh yeah, back to perks. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for like member benefits that we could do, I got nothing. Other than, like I said, putting together a Discord or early releases for videos. I don't know, maybe like live streams where I'm like diagramming stuff. If that sounds interesting, I would find it interesting. Some of you might find it super boring, but yeah, or just, I don't know, bi-monthly, bi-weekly chill sessions where we just get on and talk about all this kind of stupid stuff. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show will be starting soon. Please take your seats.
Starting soon. Getting excited. And if this goes well, I'd be willing to do this again next year, depending, how everything times out, or if you guys want me to like watch other vendors and do that kind of stuff. I don't know. This could be a total flop. Who knows? I'll try to, I don't know, hold in my my anticipation, but I've heard through the grapevine, I don't know what is coming, but 50 years, man, that's knowing David Ross and his track record, surely there's going to be at least one company bought. Surely. Again, for those who just joined, I have done stuff with Ross, and I've done stuff with Ross for years, but they are very good at keeping secrets. So anything that we learn on this stream, we're learning together. I have no idea what is coming. Even if I asked the people, they wouldn't tell me. Not because they don't trust me, but again, they're sworn to secrecy. The only thing I'm not wearing is my Ross socks, which, yeah, that was kind of a fun concept. I think I'm missing last year's. I don't remember. I'll have to make some phone calls. Yeah, maybe one day I'll be popular enough I can walk around and hand out things that people would actually want. I thought about doing pins, like little enamel pins. That would be cool, right? Just walk around and hand out pins to people. The other thing is I put out a poll, I think a week ago, about arranging meet and greets out at NAB. So if anyone, would be interested in that in the future, I'm not going to do it this trip, but make sure you go to that poll and say that you would be interested. Maybe bought VizRT. I don't know. That's a lot. That would be nuts. Oh man, just thinking about that. I don't know. VizRT is pretty strong. I would imagine some sort of wild acquisition, but VizRT, I don't know. That might be some parallel universe. Speaking of Ross, if I recall, you went with a Mira for replay on the Prometheus 1 build. Any particular reason why over EBS? Yes, price point is huge. The Mira is really good, I think, and I am familiar with it. That's a big reason. EBS price point. I'm willing to teach operators who are willing to learn. I know there's a lot of people who are very comfortable with EBS. It is a great product, and it is a stable product, and I've said this in past videos, but the one thing that I have not done as an operator is replay. So, and maybe at some point I could get an EBS on one of the rigs, or a Dreamcatcher, but right now I can sit down and I can operate a replay, but I am not a replay operator, if that makes sense. To be that,
Ladies and gentlemen, the keynote will begin in 1 minute.
Oh, starting 1 minute. Yeah, train of thought. Yeah, so the Mira is great, and I have the Mira Express on my Icarus trailer, and that has been pretty good. It has its quirks. I run a 3-play 440 on my other unit, and I would love to get a Simply Live replay. I'm so impressed by that unit on one of them. But yeah, that's just kind of an overarching thought on that, my EBS versus Mira. So, all right, guys, here we go, down and down. Aw, John Ross pictures. That's nice. Oh man, I gotta I bet I'm in one of those pictures. We'll have to play that back in slow motion.
In 1946, we moved to Transcona in Manitoba. That's a suburb now of Winnipeg. People knew that I was interested in electronics, and they'd give me old radios, and I'd take them all apart and save up all the parts and build something new with them. In 1954, I saw an ad from the CBC looking for people to join the new TV station, CBWT. And I started to look into the design of the equipment that they had.
We'd like to introduce you to a young man who's built a very remarkable machine. I'd like to introduce, first of all, John Ross. This is quite a remarkable achievement. Where did you get the idea for it, John?
Mainly from watching the American shows. I saw this effect and I wondered just how they did it.
One of the programs was the Jackie Gleason Show. There were wipes that introduced the various acts. That equipment was known as a special effect generator. I built one in my bedroom and took it into work.
Of course you did.
Production staff saw it. It was on air that night with a horizontal wipe. At that time, there was one such piece of equipment in New York City and NBC, one out in California, and one in Winnipeg. After becoming an engineer, I moved to Montreal, and I would be working evenings, weekends, till late at night, and I burned out. All stress. Until one day, I took Saturday afternoon off and found a little ad about that big, said introductory flag lesson. And within minutes, there I was, steering a plane, looking down. That's Place Ville Marie down there. I'm over downtown Montreal. And I was almost at home before I realized that I had not thought of my work for more than 5 minutes. Now, I knew my competitors, and I had always been kind to all my competitors. The company was Leach Video. My friends were Jim Leach and Bob Laytonen. And they had, at my urging, both become pilots. So we had a lot in common. And they showed me all their inner secrets and then said, you know, isn't it time you had your own company? I said, I can't do that. I really don't have any money. What have you got to sell? Well, I've got this old airplane.
That I knew.
It was a 1943 U.S. Army plane in sad shape. So I took it apart and took it home and started an 18-month rebuild. Sell it, they said. I can't. I know every nut and bolt. It's my friend. Sell it.
Yeah, they are subtitles. I guess it's being cut off by you guys.
That
or
night,
for you guys.
I went home with my head spinning.
I can try and tweak
Didn't
that
go to work the next
OBS.
morning. Went to a lawyer and incorporated Ross
Give me
Video.
a second.
That's how Ross Video started.
Pull
Through
it up a little
aviation
bit.
friends. Aviation has profoundly affected my life, right up to the present.
There we go. Now you can see the subtitles.
I took a sketch pad and started to sketch out what an improved control panel would look like. The switcher that evolved became the
There it is, the logo.
16-4.
For those who don't know,
We
that
had
is
3
actually a
orders.
crossfade.
The one was going to be the prototype.
I don't know how
but
obvious
we
that
needed
is,
2
but
more. So
fun
I
fact.
started to acquire employees in Montreal, but I was in a residential area. Manufacturing was in the garage, R&D was in the basement, accounting was in the living room.
I feel like all great
Compact
entrepreneur
facility,
stories start in a
considering how
garage
big
or a
Ross Video
basement.
is now.
Changed my mind.
My friends said, come and be with us in Toronto. I couldn't afford houses there. I started to look at smaller communities, and we got to Iroquois. So we turned in, past the high school, down Elizabeth Drive, and the space opened up, and there was the river, and there were 2 ships passing, And of all things, a rainbow came out over the river.
Now, I don't know if they're still...
And I
Oh,
still
that is
chuckle.
the same building, yeah.
Manufacturing
Okay.
is in a village.
So I've been to this
They're not
building,
even in a
and it's pretty
town.
cool. And that's their new
I'm
building.
amazed at what Ross had achieved, even way back. But this is mind-blowing, how far they've come now.
The company is an order of magnitude bigger than my wildest dreams. There's just too many memories to count about the just so wonderful people that work so hard to make this company that it is today.
Do whatever that you have to do to
David's got to be
preserve
like one of the chillest
well-being of your
CEOs
employees while you grow.
that I've ever
But
met.
above all,
I've played
believe
Cards
in
Against
people,
Humanity with that man,
treat them
and that was
well.
exciting.
if you do those things, it's going to be all right in the future.
It's wild to think I'm going to be there tomorrow. Ugh. Good B-roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Chief Executive Officer of Ross Video, David Ross.
All right. Welcome back to Ross Vegas. Thank you for joining us tonight, and welcome to everyone watching online.
Man, that LED board looks
Like
sharp.
every year, most of this production is powered by Ross technology. Let's take a look at the list of Ross products being used tonight. We've come a long way since our very first switcher in 1974. And this year, 2024, marks the 50th anniversary of Ross Video. And this past year was our 32nd year of consecutive growth. Let's run the graph.
Yep, got to see the graph.
Not only has Ross achieved 32 consecutive years of orders growth, we've also managed to double the size of the company over the past 5 rather challenging years.
1991, I won't
There's
tell you
been a
guys how old I
pandemic,
was in
High
1991.
inflation, high interest rates, and a swath of the world has been in a recession. There's been so much uncertainty. But Team Ross keeps making it happen. Like Dad says, this isn't possible without great people. So, who is Team Ross? I'd like to think
So
that
another
our
fun
customers
fact
are
about
part of
this
Team
logo
Ross
is the
because you're
swoop
the
at the
inspiration
bottom
for everything
was meant to
we do.
be kind of an
And
inspiration of a plane
our business
taking off,
partners
like
have
paying
been
homage
a
to the
big
story we
part
just saw with
of our
John Ross
mutual
and the airplane.
success. Clearly,
Yeah, fun
you're
fact.
part of Team Ross as well. And of course, all of our Ross employees, past and present, who have collectively made Ross Video the cornerstone of the industry that it is today. Let me take a moment to genuinely thank all of you who have had a hand in making Ross Video a success. So thank you.
Launch, David, and thank everybody. That's nice.
I should
Little
recognize
Furio
that Ross
camera running
Video
there.
wouldn't be here today without the man who risked everything to start this very special company. A man who's here tonight, our founder and my father, John Ross. Dad, could you please stand up?
Oh man, I gotta get me one of those pins. That is nice looking. I bet they're gonna be at the booth.
Thank you.
Oh, you can get
Thank you.
little
Thank you,
pins
Dad.
from the Ross booth that
So
show like
many
what
people
year
today
is
owe
this
you
your
so
NAB
much.
year. I have them all in
Dad's
my
88 years young,
my,
is still flying
badges.
2 airplanes, and for 50 years, he's continued to be the airport manager for Iroquois. That might be a record. Thank you, Daddy. All right, let's get into it. Last year, we opened a new state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Iroquois. Here to tell you more is our Chief Manufacturing Officer, Jeff Popst.
I've not been to this. I think it would be really cool to go to. It's some stupid percent green.
At Ross
Which I'm sure
Video,
they'll
we've
probably
always
talk
believed that
about.
our commitment to the community, innovation, and environmental responsibility go hand in hand. In 2023, we expanded our Iroquois manufacturing plant
Oh
to
yeah,
both
I'm
increase
gonna get one of those
capacity
50
and to
pins.
reduce our carbon footprint. Observing the effects of climate change, we realized that with any capital investment, we have opportunities to make a difference. This realization has led us on a journey that started in 2009 towards significantly reducing our environmental footprint, with the understanding that the return on
Jeff is
investment
another
will
real
take time
sharp
to
guy.
materialize. But for the benefit of all, we're playing the long game. Ross Video is dedicated to environmental stewardship, shaping our future through the implementation of many strategic initiatives in our newly opened RoHS and WE compliant manufacturing facility in Iroquois, Ontario. The facility takes advantage of a construction method that's both efficient to build and efficient to use, providing an equivalent insulation value of R48 walls and R70
That is a
ceilings.
nice looking
All
facility.
possible materials and trades were sourced
I gotta make a
locally,
trip.
while making sustainable material choices like lower carbon concrete where possible. Internally, 10% of our power consumption was tied to lighting. The expansion was completely lit by low energy LED flat panel lighting.
We're doing a lot of these changes right now in our own building.
HVAC is handled by rooftop electric heat pumps, which eliminate natural gas consumption and halve our carbon emissions. Also on the roof are newly installed solar
That's
panels,
nice.
which provide approximately 20% of the facility's power needs. And to encourage electric vehicle adoption, we installed 16 Level 2 EV charging stations for employees and visitors. With a commitment to achieving net zero carbon before 2025, we prioritize waste reduction by employing recyclable packaging and implementing low
staff
waste
of,
processes, like
Caduceus
using no clean
on that
solder
guy's
paste
arm
and
with a
adopting a
tattoo.
closed
He
loop
must be,
ultrasonic
must be
stencil
medic.
cleaning system. By
Tied to a
prioritizing
medic.
in-house manufacturing
It's
and
weird that
locally
I know
sourced
that.
materials, we better control production quality and timelines. Our emphasis on sustainability extends to product design, exemplified by our hyper-converged platform, Ultrix, which minimizes raw material usage, extends product lifespan, and revolutionizes video production
Been in the factory like
infrastructure.
9 years ago. The expansion
This
looks so
hyper-converged
sweet.
approach
Yeah, it
is an
does.
extremely efficient broadcasting solution from the perspective of materials, power consumption, installation, cabling, and actual operations. It's quickly seeing adoption across the industry. We have the luxury at Ross of being able to work closely with our R&D teams. Rapid prototyping, local sourcing, and efficient processes all contribute to our ability to bring innovative, energy-efficient solutions to our customers and fulfilling our responsibility to our environment. Now in our 50th year of operation, this commitment has dramatically reduced our carbon footprint, demonstrating what we can do in our community and in the broadcasting industry. Our journey toward a more sustainable future is ongoing, and we're proud to be at the forefront of this
I have that
critical
shirt.
movement in our society. We invite all of you to come with us.
The Production Wizard shirt. They gave that out 2 or 3 years ago at NAB. And then also other places, but oh, here's the
All right.
augmented
Thank you,
graphics.
Jeff. That factory that you and your team have built is just awe-inspiring. In honor of our 50th anniversary, I'd like to take a moment to share one of the most important things we ever did. I'm talking about the creation of the Ross Code of Ethics. For over 25 years, our Code of Ethics has helped our team
When
do
I
the
first
right
started doing
thing
work
for
with
customers.
Ross, probably
Let's
14
take a
years
look.
ago, this was
First,
one of the
we'll
first things
always
that
act
they,
in our customers' best
made
interest.
sure that we all knew.
Everyone in our company is expected to be customer-focused.
And
This
I'm
is
sure they're
common
going to give you
sense.
the helicopter
Customers
story.
pay our bills.
Everyone knows the helicopter
Second,
story.
we will do our best to understand our customers' requirements. This is the difference between just being an engineering company and becoming a solutions company. Third, we will not ship crap. This is a quality statement that's a lot more memorable than we will not ship a product that does not conform to specification. Everyone remembers this one, and that's the goal. Fourth, we will be great to work with. Sometimes I've joked that everything we learned in kindergarten helps us
Any
work at
customer I've
Ross
ever
Video.
been with, and there's
I'm
been a
talking about
problem with
being
a product
kind,
like on delivery,
sharing,
Ross has just
helping,
bent over backwards
you know,
to correct the
basics.
problem.
Sometimes
'Cause, I mean,
they
it
can be
happens.
forgotten in business.
But
5,
There's no question.
We'll do something extra for our customers as an apology when something big goes wrong and it's our fault. This is an accountability statement. Things can and do go wrong. Taking responsibility for our mistakes and the impact of those mistakes is the mark of a company that can be trusted. 6, we'll keep our promises. If we make a promise during a negotiation to win a deal, we'll honor it.
I just realized my background was like
a promise,
my screensaver.
won't make it.
That's got to be distracting.
7,
there we go.
We will treat the competition with respect. This might sound like it's about the competition, but it's actually about our customers. We recognize that the competition exists because customers buy from them. If we run down the competition, there's a good chance we're carelessly disrespecting our customers and the choices they make.
It's such a good philosophy.
That's not cool. 8, we'll cooperate with and help other friendly companies. This has helped us create products like OpenGear and Overdrive. It's led to us hiring the best people in the industry, regardless of where they came from. It's also enabled many of our acquisitions, as those company owners want to be part of Ross because of how well we've treated them. And 9, we will go above and beyond in times of crisis.
Here comes helicopter story.
If there's no one to authorize the required action in times of company or customer crisis, do what you know in your heart is right. You may rent helicopters if necessary.
Yes.
This is everyone's favorite. This is an empowerment statement. We hire responsible people. If they know the right thing to do, even if it's difficult or outside a process, they can make that decision on their own in a crisis. This has been huge for our customers.
I'm going to boost that about 40.
I've been asked
where we're at there. Let me know.
many times
Let me know,
how
Miko.
Ross has maintained our culture while experiencing incredible growth over the decades. Staying true to our code of ethics has been a big part of that. It was important 25 years ago. It's just as important today.
Right, Andrew? Always the helicopter.
Even more important as we continue into the future.
There's some other really good stories I've heard.
I'd like to introduce someone whose first NAB was 50 years ago, in 1974, the same year that Ross Video was founded. I'm talking about our Vice President of Production Switchers and Servers,
thanks, Miko.
Nigel Spratling.
Oh, Nigel.
Well, thank you, David. I think, you know, I'm really proud to be associated with the golden anniversary.
Look
for
at
both
that blazer.
We are obviously,
sharp.
first and foremost, a production switcher company. That's what we do best. In 50 years of Ross Production Switchers, what have we learned? Well, we've learned it's all about control. Of course, the under-the-hood tech must perform superbly. But the user interface needs to be intuitive, fast to use, and make the operator feel good. Our awesome touch drive panels are a culmination of your feedback. And last September, we introduced 2 larger panels, the TD3 and TD4 35-button control surfaces.
Of training somebody recently.
These stunning ergonomic panels include revolutionary swipe, touch, and gesture control. Nice. Every display on the surface is full color, bright, easily readable, and touch-enabled. Every panel incorporates a dashboard computer to provide complete configuration and control functionality.
The going back and forth between Acuity and Carbonite.
How do we take the largest, most flexible control surfaces to the next level? So we need to add more context sensitivity, even faster access, so more control. So introducing the all-new TDX3 and TDX4. So
what does it do?
So we listen to you. And while our beautiful TD panels are perfect for any production, we heard the desire to add an extra level of control for those taxing, complex productions some operators face. TDX panels are unique. We've added 2 rows of buttons that have integral displays that follow operator inputs
like the double
and show
downs
exact
almost.
status and assignment.
The double down modules on the
TDX
Acuity
panels,
and the Vision.
like all TD panels, work, of course, with Carbonite or Acuity production switches,
I don't think they were on the
providing
Vision.
a hyper-converged solution with total flexibility and operational choice. And speaking of hyper-convergent solutions, we're also introducing the new SDXE blade. That's a software-defined cross-compute engine. It's a powerful combination of FPGA,
channels.
CPU, and GPU that has many potential applications. The first of which is here at NAB for Ultrix Acuity. It's a pool of 3D DVE channels, including advanced warp functions that can be shared system-wide, bringing even more production power.
Could just be me. I don't use
Next
3D
up,
DVEs
a
anymore.
complete redesign, introducing our new video processor for large displays, the Mosaic Ultra. An HD or UHD dynamic compositing tool for live production to massive displays. It's the perfect companion for expression tessera, whether you're designing for on-set,
because of the
in-venue,
end of life of the
or corporate
Carbonite
events.
frame.
A single instance is capable of processing up to 50 million pixels, and they can be combined to achieve limitless canvas sizes. Oh, and live video feeds can have incredibly low latency, as low as a single line. Also, with Mosaic Ultra, you've got options. You can choose to license it for an SDPE blade that fits in an Ultrix frame, or on a standalone Carbonite Ultra. So produce multiple regions or single massive pixel counts spanning multiple tiles to create a seamless viewing experience. It was recently used at Super Bowl 58 right here in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And of course, we're using it right here on this beautiful video wall. All right, so last year we also introduced the wildly successful Carbonite Ultra 60.
I still
which has
get
sold
get
even
around
more
to
than
doing
we
a comparison
expected.
video between the Ultra
Thank you.
60 and the Constellation. I would love to do a comparison video on that. That would be wild.
Ultra 60, of course, offers big switcher performance in a single cost-effective hardware platform. It's truly in a class of its own. However, we have now added more. So our next software release adds major features that you've been asking for.
UHD
A powerful
player.
internal clip player for HD and UHD, utilizing 800 gigabytes of Ultra
internal
60's
SSD storage?
internal SSD storage.
What?
We've also added configurable clean feeds to every full ME, as well as a bunch of other features.
So
And
it's
the
like,
best
it's
part,
like the Acuity,
these exciting additions are included at no
I can't think of
charge
the name.
in version 9.
Program something. It's not clean feed, it's the
All right,
configurable
how about
program.
something entirely new?
Oh, sorry guys.
Something game-changing. Something you've actually been asking us for.
Hit me, Nigel.
Introducing Carbonite Code, our premium, groundbreaking, NDI-based production switcher.
Interesting. This is on the coattails of the announcement that they were doing more with
Designed,
NDI.
of course, to meet the growing demand for NDI-centric workflows in all areas of live video production. Code offers NDI flexibility with Carbonite performance. Carbonite Code has 30 inputs, 6 outputs,
Holy
3
Hannah.
full MEs with 6 keys, 3 multi-viewers, a 48-channel stereo audio mixer, and more. This is truly a powerful software edition of Carbonite.
Oh, man.
Add a touch drive panel together with dashboard.
Yeah, they kinda
dashboard
are, aren't
custom
they? I
panels,
haven't been
and view
reading them, but they
control,
are
And you
kinda ahead.
have the slickest NDI live
They must be doing it
video
off of a
production setup
prompter.
around. And the best part, it starts at $14,995.
That coupled with like the announcements that Bird Dog was making with their new
There's so
NDI
much
cameras.
more we can cover
Could be pretty
for
cool.
you on the show floor. Thank you.
And Expression
I
has
look forward
already
to
done
seeing you
NDI
there.
since like
So now we're going to go over
20,
to our Chief
I don't know,
Technology
17
Officer,
at the very
Mr.
earliest, I
Troy
think.
English.
And Dashboard has some level of NDI in it as well. I can receive it. We do that for like
Thank you, Nigel.
preview channels and things like that.
So when I started working at Ross 31 years ago, we had one product line. Today, we have 27 and a much broader array of technologies. In fact, from my perspective as Chief Technology Officer, it's clear that we're obviously first and foremost a technology company. Now, having all of this technology gives us unique opportunities to innovate across traditional product boundaries. We believe our role as your technology partner is to help offer you choices.
Oh, did I get that
Choice
right?
and flexibility in
2017?
technology approaches
Wild.
and in business models so you can make the best decisions that match your needs. To give you this flexibility, we invest heavily in R&D in both on-premise products as well as cloud solutions.
See, I haven't touched
Different
much of the
businesses
cloud
have different
stuff,
business
like the,
needs and goals.
The Graphite.
That's why Ross allows you to
cloud
own,
production, whatever
subscribe,
it's called.
or in the
I
future,
haven't done
access
much
our
with
products
that.
on demand. Additionally, we have certain products available as SaaS today where Ross manages the entire solution. At
CP,
Ross, we don't
cloud
force you down a
production,
single
I think it is what it
technology
is.
or business model path. Choose what works best for you. Now, let's turn our focus to the cloud. To accelerate our cloud solutions even more, we're spending a minimum of $235 million over 5 years in R&D, including, it is a huge number. That includes a $49 million contribution agreement from the Canadian government. In the last year, we introduced you our end-to-end live production solution, the Ross Production Cloud. Our goal is to make cloud production as easy and familiar to you as on-premise production. These applications range from all of your workflow tools to
kind of
plan
a
and design
foreign
your
concept
productions,
to me, but
the automation
obviously
tools
it
for
works.
efficient productions, the live video and audio processing applications. We've added a ton
push for
of
during the
functionality to
apocalypse,
every
though.
one of these. You just have to come by the booth to see them all. On top of that, you notice that we've added significant new products this year to our cloud offerings, including some that you'll hear about in just a little bit later tonight. You can also see some of the key components of the Ross Production Cloud in action on the AWS booth. We've partnered with them to showcase live cloud production. Now, with the increased importance and adoption of cloud technologies, there's always some underlying questions. How do we make all this technology work together, make it safe, and make it work across all vendors?
I have all those
To achieve this, Ross is working within SMPTE to standardize Katina. Now, Katina is a common communication stack developed by Ross, whose goal is to make it easy to secure, connect, and control a multi-vendor ecosystem of on-premise and cloud-based media processing services and microservices. As part of this, Ross is leading an open-source SDK for Katina available to all. You can see Katina in action at the Cisco booth, where it has been integrated into the Intel MCM software
really
stack as part of a joint demonstration.
Oh, I misread.
Now, for those
NDI
who are
came with
interested in learning
Expression
more,
7, yes.
here are a couple of technical discussions that are happening at NAB. Chris Lennon is talking on a panel on Monday around
So
media
hard to upgrade
workflows and
when my
AI in the
Graphite from
cloud.
2018 works.
I will also
just
be
as
part of the
good.
Intel
Yeah.
Keynote panel on Tuesday
The Graphite
around
is a
software
monster
and
of a
cloud
machine.
production. Now, as an example of one of our clients who is leveraging our wide range of solutions, both cloud and on-premise, here's a video from Red Bull Media House's Service TV. Let's take a look.
I have,
We are
I
in
have
Salzburg,
two
in the heart of
Graphites.
Austria.
One in my Icarus
It's
trailer,
Servus
and,
TV, the
I just
leading
released a
private
video
broadcaster
for,
of the country.
basketball behind the
And this
scenes
is our
in my
broadcast competence
RP
center, as we call it, since we moved in here in 2020.
When we decided to build a new building and to completely redo our technical setup, we were looking for a vendor that would provide us with an integrated range of services.
I haven't got my head wrapped around the whole cloud
And that's
thing
why
yet.
we went for Ross as a vendor to help us to do so.
Bereit, wenn du es bist. Ja. Gut, dann Achtung für Probe.
The biggest challenge that we had in the last years was for sure when Servus TV wanted to grow. They had to move buildings, they
Red
had
Bull's done a
to
lot
add
with
more
Ross,
capacities
kind of
for the
push the
studios,
envelope on
but there
things.
was a
I
big
think they were
challenge
one of the
about
earlier
having
adopters of,
an increased
the
set
augmented reality
of studios. They wanted to not add the same amount of personnel to run that studios at the same time. At the end, together with Ross, we find a proper solution to solve that.
I think the biggest challenge
And
has
trying to go
always
for drive.
been to be
That's
faster and by that still stay reliable.
In most of the cases, we are using automated workflows, but we still have manual control. We have a huge set of predefined templates, and we can do changes on the different products and different environments whenever we want to.
If it's on-prem or cloud or hybrid, doesn't matter. So any kind of solutions that we are asking for, be it CapEx, be it OpEx, it's something that ROS can provide. And that's probably one of the biggest advantages.
As far as I know, any of the black software still runs on it. I have a Carbonite multimedia, and it's still up to date with any of the latest black software. Even though it's not sanctioned, it works.
So at Servus we use Inception as our newsroom system every day for planning our shows.
I think for editors it's most important to have a tool that does not stand between yourself as a person, as an editor, and the content. The switch actually went surprisingly easy. We felt that ROS was listening to us, what we actually want, what we're used to, what we're aiming for.
We have a huge variety of ROS solutions in place right now. We use Inception as an editorial system. We have Expression for graphics, including Expression Tessera for driving the media walls. We have Overdrive as an automation system. We have the Furios as robotics. We use Voyager and Lucid for XR and AR. And also Streamline as a small component to kind of glue different other ROS components together. Working with ROS has been a really good experience. So what we really appreciate is that no matter which challenge we are actually having, you always find the right people to talk to. There is really appreciation for feedback, and we see it reflected in the products, and that's a really important step for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage ROS Video's Solutions Manager of Production Workflow,
I can't wait to see that sphere in real life. That's going to be great.
In my 11 years at ROS, the project with Red Bull Media House stands out as one of my favorites. It's a great example of a partnership. ROS providing technology and expertise, with Red Bull bringing a clear vision and creativity to the table. Being in Salzburg for the launch in 2020 was really special, and it's exciting to continue to evolve their workflow together today. Many of the themes you just heard from Red Bull are being echoed as priorities across the industry. Integration, creating a seamless workflow across the entire
this year, Matt.
My
flight leaves tomorrow.
The ability to log into key applications without heavy client software and enabling secure remote access.
My daughter's birthday this weekend.
And ease of use, intuitive design that puts the focus on content, not operation. Those are the driving principles behind our new unified user experience.
Her birthday's on Monday.
It's more than just a reskin. It's a rethinking of the end user workflow. We're calling it Aura. And if you're already a ROS customer, you've seen it rolling out across our existing products. It's the foundation for what's coming next. The latest product to benefit from Aura is Media.io. We've seen how the scalability and flexibility of software-based ingest and playout has resonated with so many of you. And now those powerful features are more accessible than ever in the new web-based user interface launching in version 10. With responsive and intuitive design, use the new visual scheduling to set records, add metadata, transcode files, and even control playout. Not only will we be showing this stunning new UI at NAB, for existing eligible customers, this is available today as a free upgrade. Now, once we have our video asset from Media.io, it's time for one of the most valuable but repetitive and time-consuming tasks in broadcast: editing. Streamlined media asset management has already been a central part of the video workflow, with placeholder and file management and integrations with nonlinear editors using plugins. But what if all those hundreds of headlines, teases, and voiceovers that are needed each day could be edited with half the clicks, actually about 30% faster, and at half the cost of a traditional craft editor with no additional hardware. Check out the new streamlined web editor, showing at NAB and shipping in June. This web-based editor is seamlessly integrated with the existing streamlined workflows. It will allow more users to create more content from more places. It's lighter, faster, and built using the Aura user experience.
If it's Moss-driven, I wonder if the producers can do it from the newsroom. That might be putting a lot of faith in the producers, though. Hey,
now, if we're talking
I'm
about
a director,
efficiency,
okay? I'm allowed to say that.
we have to talk about overdrive. Long before efficiency became a buzzword in broadcast, it was one of the primary reasons overdrive was developed and launched right here at NAB exactly 20 years ago.
At my news station.
Automated production control relies on operators coding rundowns. So a producer is writing the script and adding production cues, with the director then inserting shots. But we thought, why do the work twice? QuickShot allows overdrive to insert shots automatically based on the production cues in the script. Operators can customize the shot by changing cross points, camera shots, and server clips, all without opening a script or a plugin, saving operators hours of work per day. And once they step into the control room, let's empower them with the most customizable overdrive panel ever. Introducing the CX Directors panel. It has 10 touch-sensitive faders, 32 LCD buttons with custom colors and fonts to indicate both function and status, and the ability to use custom controls to change page layouts. It gives you the option for a tactile experience while providing more flexibility and control to operators than ever before.
It's nicer than the individual modules,
QuickShot and the CX Directors panel are launching right here at NAB. Now, before I worked for Ross, I worked in news, making tough decisions every day about how to cover a story and when to respond to breaking news. Real-time access to information was key in informing the audience and creating engaging experiences. But finding all of the data across multiple windows and tabs while we're on the air, it's painful. Inception will now be able to leverage the years of development and more than 40 data sources available in Expression's data link, bringing all of that information directly into your line of sight. So a news producer can now choose to see election results directly in the rundown. Or in a live venue, the game clock and a summary of the last play can be directly in your primary workspace. Both the data link integration and a major overhaul to story revisions are in Inception version 17, available today.
Thank you, Matt. Safe flight.
We should also mention that Inception Mobile, the app for iOS and Android, has had 2 releases in the past year, adding rundowns, landscape mode, and biometric authentication. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about news workflows because obviously we're first and foremost a production workflow.
So I've only ever taught Inception Social.
But customers in spaces like government, corporate, and even education require broadcast quality recordings and live distribution, but often without a control room full of career technical operators. That's exactly what Quorum was designed for. Quorum's magic lies in its simplicity. Anyone can master Quorum in under 30 minutes, making a polished production available to everyone. Quorum achieves this with mark-based production, operating in a fixed space with predefined camera positions. Think government assemblies, conference rooms, lecture halls. The web-based client uses the Aura user experience to integrate the best of Ross in the background, from automated camera and mic control to graphics triggered by simple metadata. After launching Quorum last year, we've already installed it just down the road at the Las Vegas Convention Center, with additional installs happening in Texas and Montreal soon. And new at NAB, we're introducing multi-room support, allowing a single system to run multiple productions concurrently. If you're here at NAB, I hope to see you on the booth where we'll have Quorum and all the other exciting new workflows announced today. But for now, please welcome to the stage Vice President of Camera Motion Systems, Karen Walker.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering. So LCS evolved into Lightning,
In my
which evolved into
experience,
Quorum.
content creators, like so many of us in this room, are always looking for new and engaging ways to tell our stories. The Ross video lineup of robotics opens up an array of possibilities. Whether you're looking for the smoothness from our Fourier track-based system, the suspended reality of the Spydercam, or the efficiency of our XC's pan and tilt heads. We've got it all at Ross Video.
I didn't really touch it
and what's
since it
more,
evolved to Lightning,
all our
and I didn't
systems
touch
are
it,
designed,
obviously, because I
developed,
didn't even know it was
and
Quorum,
manufactured
but
in-house.
I'm so out of the loop
Part of the
these days.
flexibility of our robotics is the ability to drive them safely around in your studio.
I'm sure there's
In the past, we were able to map a
1,000
region for your
improvements
Ross
they made on it,
Cambot pedestal to
though,
operate
which
in,
is, you know,
but it was limited
just
to a
looking
set
at the
configuration.
GUI there is a huge
But what if you wanted
interface
more
change,
control
so
over where your Cambot
I'm
can
sure
go?
the back end got a
Introducing
good touch,
Cambot
because
X Extended
LCS
XY
was just
limits and our
dashboard.
Studio Creator
So-
tool. This upgrade allows us to set operating zones that match any studio configuration and add keep-out zones to allow the robot to move freely and safely. Next, I'd like to talk to you about how we've been using AI in our robotics, specifically Visionary FT.
Yeah.
In 2021, we introduced Visionary FT, which uses AI-based facial tracking to detect, locate, and track the position of faces
My
within the
favorite
video
Ross
stream
branding
directly
to
from the
date is
camera.
still the Acid camera.
Visionary
That was
is like
genius.
autopilot in your car. You can turn it on and off and adjust it as you wish. We have incrementally upgraded our facial
Yeah,
tracking
I'll have to take a
based
look
on
at the
customer
Quorum
feedback,
on the show
making it
floor
more
and
and
see
more
like what
useful.
the improvements are.
Tonight, we're taking the next step by introducing Visionary 2.0 with body tracking. So actions speak louder than words. So let's bring David back up to show you how this works.
Ooh, live demos.
Hey, Furio, let's show the audience how this works. David, can I ask you to walk across the stage? As you can see, with the Visionary, Furio can easily track David as he walks around the stage. Up on the screen, we have the Visionary user interface. It shows us, with the bounding boxes, it's tracking David's body and his head. We use this information to automatically frame and track the talent. The
Oh,
box
they see him
around
on
the
the
head
confidence
is the
monitor
assumed
too.
head
That's
location.
interesting.
If the head is obscured for any
So I didn't
reason,
get
tracking
confused.
is determined from the body location. This provides more resilient tracking when your talent
I would've
turns
been
round,
sure that would've got
stands up,
confused once
or
I saw him
lies
twice.
down. So, what does this mean? Visionary 2.0 improves productions by providing more consistent framing automatically as your talent moves around the studio. Thanks, David. That's it for me. I'll leave it to you.
Thanks, Karen.
Because
Like
as
with
we just saw
Visionary,
our
we're
own
enabling
paired-
many of our
Whoa,
products
let me
with
read that again. We
AI
just
to
built
make
our
you even
own
more
pared down
productive.
system with dashboard,
Our
much
Streamline
easier.
Pro MAM
With
uses
Buzzfeed.
AI to make search more
Dashboard
intuitive.
is
We're
come
also
a long
using
way.
AI to enable automatic
With the
metadata
custom
extraction
panels.
and
But yeah.
transcription of your video assets. Inception can connect to your choice of AI engine to summarize content and rewrite stories, all while providing transparency and control for your editorial team. Starting this week, we're unveiling a beta of something new. We're introducing RawSpot to the support section of our website, powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT.
Of course.
We've trained our AI on our
Remember, guys, this
expression
is
manuals,
the year
so
of
that
AI
you can
at
ask it
NAB
natural
show, so.
language questions, and then even follow-up clarifying questions. Even more impressive, you can ask RawSpot questions about expression in any language and get your answers in any language. Because you know what? People speak more than English.
No, that's not true. It's not verdad. No, it's verdad.
Now that we have expression in RawSpot up and running, we'll be adding this free AI service to more of our products. As I leave this stage, take a look at yet another AI technology demo. A collaboration between two of our teams, Rocket Surgery and Ross Research Labs. You can check it out on our booth in the switcher area. Take it away, Bo.
Thanks, David. So I'm probably not the only person here that talks to their carbonite, but does yours listen? Here's a fun little demo for tonight.
Oh, no.
Expression out. Carbonite, show me the multi-viewer.
Oh, God, no. It's happening, guys.
Ready, 1, black on the line. Fade up.
No, 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 no,
Ready, 2.
no. Oh, dear God, no.
Ready, 3.
I'm out. I'm out.
Take 3.
My role as a TD has been replaced.
Ready, split.
AI is coming for our jobs, guys.
Build me a 2-box with 1 left, 3 right.
No, no.
Nope, take 1. Ready, split on an effect.
What is
Do it.
this?
Ready, 1.
I'm
Take.
not. I haven't had enough drinks
Ready, black.
for this.
Fade to black. Ready, me. Take me. Bring me back full screen. All right, so we're currently using a speech-to-text module that's trainable, it works on-prem, and it does not need an internet connection. And we've built out a keyword recognition engine that can be configured to trigger pretty much anything on your network. So it's certainly not perfect, but we're working on it, and I can't wait to see what the team does with it. Back to you guys.
Oh, God, send it back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't
please
handle
welcome
this.
to the stage Ross Video, Senior Director, Product Management and Business Development Graphics.
Build me a shoebox. Oh, God. AI, it's
Hello,
this
Ross
generation's
Vegas. Hope
TV.
you're enjoying the show so far. And because we're obviously first and foremost a graphics company, the show is about to get even better. I'm the graphics guy, so I'm not biased at all when I say that, am I? More seriously, we developed our graphics systems for the world's most demanding users to help them create compelling on-air looks that
another fun
attract
thing is
and
on
keep
the
viewers glued to their
touch drive
program.
panels, there is a
In a class
motion
of its
sensor
own,
that they
we've
just
got the
haven't done
fastest
anything
growing
with.
real-time
So
motion
theoretically,
graphics system in the
they could
industry,
turn it on. You could actually
Expression.
swipe to do
The
like
Swiss
transitions,
Army knife of
like just
graphics,
moving
as we
your
call
hand in
it,
front of the
is
sensor.
getting an upgrade with the
That
release
would be
of
wild.
version 12.
I
So
can't say
let's
they're
take a
going to
look at
do
some of
that,
these
but that would be
version 12
wild.
updates.
And now, like with this,
We won't have time to go through all of them, but I wanted to
God,
highlight a couple.
What
First,
world are we
we
living
enhance our
in now?
support of HDR workflows, which is going to be very useful for sports productions, especially in an Olympic year like 2024. Indeed, Expression now supports Adobe Cube files, which will allow customers to upload their own 3D
Oh wait,
LUTs.
we're talking about expression. Sorry.
We also improved the performance of live video
Still stuck on the
shaders, which is
AI
huge,
stuff.
as it allows you to do even more with the Expression engine. Expression version 12 is packed
Nico,
with
you're
tons
right.
of other
I could
features,
just imagine like a backseat
but
director
beyond the
just
numerous
like,
improvements that we made to
no,
the
no, no.
software, there's also some
yeah,
exciting
in
news
news like,
on the
no,
hardware
no, I
side
said
of
take
things.
3, take 3, take 3.
Indeed, we're announcing today the Expression M9 family of hardware engines. On the inside, we're using a new Xeon CPU, a new GPU, and have added more RAM, which gives us a lot more horsepower. But wait, there's also more on the outside. These chassis are also featuring brand new front panels with adjustable lighting to add a new level of functionality.
Yes.
For example,
Good mood
there's an
lighting
issue
for the
with
rec
storage.
room.
The front panel can flash red to visually alert the technician. Or you could just change its color to make
I
it
do
stand
love
out
this
in the rec room.
as a concept. Like
These
the,
chassis have been engineered from the
Ultras
ground up
and
to
the
ensure
open
you're
rear
getting
frames
the
that can
most
do
out of
this.
them.
It's pretty cool.
And as you can tell from these specifications,
Especially like when you're in a
the new
in the rack
platform
room
is
of
quite a
like
beast.
50
With that
open gear
comes
frames, you
much
can
better
actually turn it on to like flash
We've
for the
up
one, so you
to
know exactly the one you're
30%
looking
more
for.
processing headroom,
It's pretty cool.
allowing you to get even more out of Expression. Finally, I wanted to tell you about something we call Expression FX. What's that? Well, you all know how life can be stressful during, say, a sports broadcast. Indeed, all of these graphical elements
Imagine
like
telling a
opens,
reporter,
replay
"Here are the
wipes,
words you can put in your
billboards
story."
have to be cued, played, and looped. And you need a quick and effective way to manage and recall these effects. This is exactly what Expression FX provides, thanks to its streamlined single-file workflow that integrates seamlessly into your existing production switcher environment. In essence, Expression FX can become your next spot box device. That's another illustration of how versatile Expression can be. There are many more expression
already use Expression
applications
for
we
my
could
Spot
talk about, such as Expression Tessera for venues and studio walls, or Expression Ticket for channel branding, just to mention a few. I could also mention Expression Maps,
Expression
which is
Maps
now
has come a
cloud-ready
long way.
and offers a touch option. But that's it for Expression. So let's now move to virtual. Because here at Ross, we have many graphic solutions, and virtual is a very important one. The beauty of Ross's virtual solutions is that you can start simple with, say, trackless or AR, and then upgrade all the way to XR with set extension, which is exactly what we deployed here for the Keynote, as our remote viewers are actually seeing this LED behind me with a beautiful set extension. You've all heard about XR, right? Alex, you've paid attention. You've heard about XR, haven't you? Yeah.
Actually,
yeah, he's proving the point. So yes, XR has been the buzz, but it's also perceived as something very complex. But it doesn't have to be that hard. At Ross, we're on a mission to make XR and anything virtual much simpler.
Am I the only one who
Need it for your
hasn't heard of
daily
XR?
newscast or entertainment shows, we can make it happen easily and seamlessly. It starts with Voyager, our Unreal-based platform, which allows you to create stunning virtual environments with now support of Unreal 5.3 and tons of new features packed in our version 7 release. But the key to virtual productions is the workflow, and at its center sits Lucid Studio, our virtual production tool that gives you complete control over media replacement, event triggering, newsroom integration.
So much just
with
more
version 7,
intuitive and sharper
Lucid
than
Studio is
the
taking
UX
that
did.
flexibility to the next level, allowing you to treat
This is
your
another
virtual
product that
graphics
has come a long
just
way.
as every other
Like,
graphic
I
with
remember
powerful MOS
doing stuff
and data
when,
integration. To sum it up,
when UX was just
with
new to
Lucid
the
Studio,
company.
you don't need to be an Unreal
Yeah,
expert to
it's
run
come a
your
long
virtual production. You can now do this with one operator for every show, every day. That's it for graphics. Well, not quite. Could spend more time on Expression or virtual solutions. Could also talk about Piero, our sports analysis product, which features a new hardware platform and tons of improvements. But we have something very new and very special to launch today. And to reveal this exciting new graphics product, I'm going to invite David back to the stage. Round of applause for David.
What do you guys think it is? New graphics platform?
Thank you, Boromir. As you can see, we have some incredible tools for virtual production.
The only thing Expression doesn't do right now is a replay.
There's another type of graphics that we
It has all the
haven't
abilities to
offered
be replay. They
up
just
until
never
now.
took that path with it.
Something thunderously new for Ross. Introducing Raiden, Ross's all-new weather graphics solution.
Oh, okay.
Raiden is designed to address 3 key limitations in existing weather systems. These are creative impact, workflow efficiency, and data accessibility.
This has to
Before we
piggyback
get
off
into
the Maps
these,
platform.
how about a live demo of Raiden with me as your meteorologist? All right. Let's start by taking a look at current
Finally
conditions.
get rid of WSI.
Raiden gets its data in real time. And if someone, please, no, wants to go check outside, these conditions are current. Let's zoom out and take a look at North America.
It's 77 degrees.
We have a
in
beautiful
Vegas
map
right now.
here.
That is just not
Look at all the
fair.
clouds, precipitation, pressure patterns, animated over the next couple of days. And now, forecast for the next 12 to 24 hours over New York. You can see it's a little more interesting than Vegas. Not a lot more interesting, to be honest. Now,
oh, hey, there's me.
Let's move to
I'm in
Singapore.
Pennsylvania.
Did you know we have an office there? And now to the UK. We have an office there too. Now,
This
let's take a look at Latin
will be
America.
Interesting.
You can see the winds and rainfall indicate that Monday we'll have some inclement weather around Buenos Aires. And while we're at it, let's come back and show the 7-day forecast for Las Vegas. It's shaping up nicely for a fabulous NAB. Now, let's get back to discussing the advantages of Raiden. First, creative impact. Raiden allows you to build your own look and feel for all of your weather content, truly differentiating you from others. Expression is
Yeah, it
Raiden's
kinda looks like the
layout
maps.
engine. And existing Expression users have the added benefit of leveraging their existing technology investment.
But I can't tell if that's like
Second is workflow efficiency.
a Moss
End to
plugin
end,
or if that's
Raiden
like
is designed to let you work fast, keeping up with breaking weather. Raiden's web-based story creation tool allows your team to work from anywhere, easily supporting centralized functions. And for the first time, weather can be part of your Moss automation workflows. Finally, Raiden gives you the freedom to choose your data sources. In fact, it allows you to access free weather data for free. We don't charge you to access free data, and for many of you, that's actually something new.
So it's interesting.
Oh.
Is I wonder if it takes a tooth fill from a switcher so that you can
By the
actually
way,
like trigger
Raiden
things.
is already on air today. Raiden customer number 1 is RÚV, the national broadcaster of Iceland. They have now fully transitioned to Raiden, and here's what they had to say about it. Raiden gives us
There's
the
actually a mode in the
opportunity for
Carbonite that you
continuous
can
improvement
output,
in telling
the
new
key channel of
weather
the chroma
stories,
key for triggering
just like we
things in,
can
like,
with the rest of
the other
news.
systems.
No longer is weather isolated like with our old system.
So you can like
we
reach
can
up
now
and like,
include
you know,
more
put your
weather
hand in an
content
area and it'll actually
across
trigger a
our
graphic.
newscast. So, we're so excited to have Raiden as the newest member of the Ross Graphics portfolio. Please come and check it out on the booth. Well, that's it for now. And to talk about our hyper-converged solutions, let's welcome our Chief Services Officer, Eric Gardner.
All right, fingers crossed. This is native Dante time.
All right, thank you, David. We are obviously, first and foremost, a hyper-converged and router company here at Ross Video. How would we move all these important signals around without it? Before my time at Ross, I had the privilege of working on some of the biggest sports broadcasts on the planet. For me, there's nothing quite like the thrill of being live when the world is watching, and the pressure to not screw it up. Live production is complex and unpredictable. There's so many disparate systems that just need to work together. The beauty of our hyperconverged platform is that it's like a smartphone. It combines everything into a single compact unit. And the software-defined capabilities are the secret sauce that makes hyperconverged your ultimate problem solver. All right, let's look at a few real-world scenarios where combining systems with hyperconverged makes good common sense. Say you're looking for a big core router in your hardened production facility. Space is extremely limited, and you can't afford to burn I/O feeding multi-viewers and outboarding audio processing. You also need to support a wide variety of signal types, including SMPTE 2110, SDI, UHD, HDR, SDR, and discrete audio signals in the form of MADI and Dante. Wait, this is a big deal. You heard me right.
Wait.
Ultrix now supports Dante audio.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now your big core router needs to mix and match Dante with all these other signal types as sources, destinations, and split-level combinations. All while driving control room multi-viewers throughout your facility. This is a tough challenge. The answer is a fully loaded Ultrix FR12 that meets your core routing needs today and can grow with you into
I imagine the NDI stuff is on the road.
Hyperconverged solves it. Okay. Say you're touring around the world with one of the biggest acts in entertainment, and you need a ton of stage gear that supports feeding low latency video to a big LED screen.
Unless
that's
it's going to be the one
16
more
by
thing.
9.
I don't know.
Sounds familiar. While also distributing audio embedded signals for ISO records. Shipping weight and portability is a major concern. So why not pack all that mission critical heavy lifting into a single chassis? The answer is an Ultrix FR5 with software-defined mosaic blades and an integrated Ultrix Carbonite for switching the on-screen production.
Mosaic blades.
All while taking advantage of built-in audio shuffling capabilities. Hyperconverged solves it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
All right, let's shift gears to something a bit smaller. Say you're building a versatile and compact fly pack for a variety of different remote productions. It doesn't make sense to rebuild and rewire this fly pack for each and every gig. You need a flexible system that handles video, audio, color correction, signal processing, multi-viewers, and NDI monitoring to cover a wide range of workflows.
There's your NDI.
The answer is a strategically loaded Ultrix FR1 or FR2 with licenses that can float between inputs and outputs. You could even hand carry this fly pack. Hyperconverged solves it.
Unless they're just referring to dashboard.
With Ross's
being able to
hyperconverged
monitor
solutions,
NDI.
the answer is what you need it to be. Now, let's highlight some of the Ultrix updates at NAB this year.
Unless it
We've got
can be
some major
monitored on the
2110 enhancements.
Ultrascape.
Our UHD throughput has doubled to 16 bidirectional streams per IPX card with -7 redundancy, super low latency audio, and support for NMOS IS10 security. We've also optimized UltraCore BCS database editor to simplify configuration and usability.
That's good.
And we've added other great features like 3D LUT conversion, Dante audio, again, one of my favorites, NDI multi-viewers, and so much more. Thousands of customers around the world are already taking advantage of
NDI multi-viewers
to improve their bottom lines, saving on physical space, weight, cabling, power,
I think that's
cooling.
what it said.
This could be you. Until then, remember, hyperconverged solves it. On my way out, let's take a look at some amazing content from sports and live events. Thank you.
This is the team of teams, the sports and live events guys.
Three. Take 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Ross Video's Vice President of Sports and Live Events, Kevin Cottom.
Wow. Thank you for the warm welcome. Today, we're showcasing some remarkable products that elevate your production and transform storytelling into an unforgettable experience for your audience. No matter what the production, at its core, it's all about the storyline, weaving narratives that inform, entertain, and enrich the human connection. Over the years, you've driven us to innovate new tools that drive modern visual storytelling. Tools like Furio Robotics that are in front of stage, in motion, with some of the world's most talented artists, delivering unforgettable images. SpiderCam covers the pitch, showing athletes from dynamic and immersive perspectives. Piero, at the talent's fingertips, telling the story and educating your audience. Expression Tessera unleashes visual storytelling on a whole new level, driving massive LED canvases in venue and in studio. And Voyager, virtual reality taking viewers places they could only imagine. Now recently, US Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings, utilized many of these products and took their game day production to a whole new level.
Upgrade for the Vikings.
Let's hear what they had to say.
Back when they, the original build in the new
5,
stadium.
ready to Font 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll chicken track at Font 3.
I feel like we're finally able to fully bring US Bank Stadium to life.
Such a good stadium.
Having the full RAW system in here for every video board
has just made our show that much more powerful and seamless and integrated. It's another tool that we can use.
This year we finally got the opportunity to fully take over this stadium and really give the Vikings the ability to do kind of whatever they want with it.
This last season here at US Bank Stadium, adding more expressions with the full Tessera system to be able to power our displays with expression has been incredible. We've been able to really take a show that we believe is one of the best in the league in sports and elevate it to a different level. And the power of the expressions with the real-time rendering, we're able to dynamically link a lot of our content now, stuff that I couldn't do before. I would have to spend hours rendering out player ribbons. I don't have to do that anymore.
Justin Jefferson!
As we've gotten a few years into US Bank Stadium, we find ourselves adding more and more Ross products into the mix to the point where almost the whole control room is Ross now.
We have probably one of the most complex shows that you're going to find around, but having the Ross unified solution that we have here helps it to be operated simply. Like, it's a simple operation. It's so powerful, it's so amazing, the things that you can do. And I know we've just scratched the surface here this last year.
So a big thank you to Greg and Arthur for sharing their experience with us. They truly have one of the most complex and entertaining shows in the industry. Now, anyone can take advantage of these powerful storytelling tools that capture magnificent images, visualize data, and take viewers' imaginations to new heights. Any stage, any studio, big or small. Together, we're not just creating products, we're creating experiences that push the boundaries of storytelling. Helping deliver your vision is our mission. Now, earlier, David and John mentioned that a company is all about the people. And with over 200 service staff globally, Ross Video is obviously, first and foremost, a service company. At the conception phase of projects, Ross Solution Architects are available to help define the solution that meets your creative and business goals. Once the decision is made to move forward, project management is available to work hand in hand with your team to help make the project a success. Once the installation is complete, our expert commissioners are on site to help get your Ross technology really up and running and ready for training.
Oh, hey, that's where I fall in.
Our trainers are workflow experts that work closely with your production team to help bring your vision to life. And of course, the relationship doesn't end when we're finished on site. Ross Technical Support is always ready to answer your call 365 days a year. On the creative front, Rocket Surgery, whose portfolio includes award-winning visuals and workflows from some of the world's biggest brands and events. From dynamic expression Tessera projects for sports venues to breathtaking XR experiences for broadcasters, Rocket Surgery has redefined fan and viewer engagement. Their innovations in data management and visualization have placed them at the forefront of the industry on a global scale. And for those looking for a turnkey production in North America, Ross Production Services is a great option. RPS is ready to assist with broadcast-ready control rooms, studios, mobile trucks, custom fly packs, equipment rentals, and crewing. And the latest addition to the RPS fleet, RPS 9, a 40-foot production truck packed full of Ross technology.
Yeah, the UHD one.
Well, that's it for me, but before I go, I want to say thank you for inspiring us with your creativity and passion for video production. Let's keep pushing the limits of storytelling and continue to foster our partnerships for another 50 years. Now, please welcome back to the stage, David Ross.
I hope this is all royalty-free music.
Thank you, Kevin. It's so true that it's always all about the people. As you might expect, we've only scratched the surface of our offerings. With over 27 product and service categories, there's a lot we weren't able to cover today. So stop by the booth, grab a coffee.
There's always a one last thing.
Let's chat about your creative vision and how we can make it real together. And before we wrap up for the evening,
there it is.
How about one more thing?
One more thing.
Let's roll a video.
teleprompter robot with a camera hidden somewhere.
Introducing Artimo, the ultimate free roaming robotic camera system. To tell you more, let's bring back Karen.
I guess this probably has some of the visionary
Isn't she cute?
Stuff built in.
Ross is obviously, first and foremost, a robotics company. When we set out to build Artimo, we wanted to set a new benchmark for what would become expected of a roaming pedestal. Customers told us that is what all the delivering more captivated on-air shots. They wanted the ability to go higher, lower, and to deliver free-flowing motion across today's studio floors. Artimo is designed to deliver these benefits seamlessly, integrating motion into set design and storytelling. Artimo looks great with aesthetic integration of camera and prompter setups, eliminating messy cable management issues, and offering an elegant solution for on-air use. With remarkable range, Artimo enables sweeping jib-like shots up to 2 meters high and as low as 70 centimeters from the ground. And with LiDAR technology, Artimo navigates studio space autonomously, avoiding obstacles and eliminating the need for fixed markers or expensive tracking add-ons. She's fast, she's accurate, and she's silent. Artimo provides stunning shots that are easily repeatable.
I hope that giant
from
red
any
ring
angle.
is a tally.
Artimo truly
Otherwise,
is
that's a missed
art
opportunity.
in motion. We're really excited to see how you use Artimo to craft even more compelling content. I have to say I am very proud of our robotics team for bringing this innovation to life. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Karen. It is a memorable day when an entirely new studio robotic system is first introduced to the world. And you were here. But we're still not done. I have one more thing to tell you. In graphics, we've been pushing the boundaries of what's possible with Expression Tessera, Maps, Voyager, Lucid, Piero.
That's what I'm thinking, Andrew. It's got to be
What about
Tally.
HTML5 graphics? There is a growing need for this kind of solution to complement existing graphics workflows, and it lends itself well to certain types of cloud production, digital signage, streaming web channels, and mobile apps. Well, we now have HTML5 graphics too. We've just bought a company that's named after the beautiful lake behind me. That's right. Today, I'm excited to announce our 20th acquisition, Bannister Lake.
Bannister Lake. Interesting.
Bannister Lake is a software company from the Toronto area that we've partnered with for years. And they've actually been behind our ticket channel branding product.
Yep.
We've decided that it's time to fully bring them into ROS so that we can more deeply share our technologies and workflows in both directions. Bannister Lake has core technology and products to produce beautiful HTML5 graphics and serve them at scale. They also have strong expertise in real-time data integration to be able to drive tickers, statistics, scores, weather, wagering data, and more. HTML5 graphics have some unique advantages. Instead of moving around video, you just send the description of what the graphics look like, and they are rendered on the receiving device. This requires much less bandwidth than sending a traditional video feed with a key channel. As we go forward, you will see these HTML5 graphics smoothly complement our expression solutions as we deeply integrate this new technology. Again,
naturally there's going to be like
talk to us about it.
A period of like assimilating
before
them
we wrap
into
up
the ROS products.
the 2024 edition of the ROS
they've
Vegas
been doing stuff
Keynote,
very closely with Bannister Lake for a lot
we
of
need
years.
to talk about socks. You may think that ROS is a video solutions company, But the truth is that we're obviously,
first and
foremost,
a
socks company. Announcing Ross Socks 8.0. As you can see, they match the vibrant shapes and colors of Ross in our 50th year. And while these will be highly sought-after collector's items, we have something even more special, even more unique, even more exclusive. Jeff Moore, our Chief Marketing Officer, could you please bring up the top secret briefcase?
I thought they were gonna like.
I'm so glad you're handcuffed to it.
Pause for dramatic effect.
In this case, there are 5 super limited edition gold socks. They're based upon the 8.0 look. Only 50 were ever made. Who wants a pair? Another one?
I feel like we've missed an opportunity for
There's another one.
For a sock can. That's 5, so 45 left.
Thanks, Jeff. And thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Please join us for great conversation, some celebration champagne, and socks 8.0,
Oh, man.
not the gold socks, in the next room. Good night.
Well, there you have it, guys. Man, that was a lot. I'll let that roll out, I guess. Give their special thanks. So, the one thing that I was hoping for came to fruition. Dante in the Ultrix. I am so curious to what that looks like. Surely it's got to be like, I don't know if that's going to be like a module or a card or SFP or what that's going to be, but that is a game changer. I'm so tired of having Matty conversion. The weather stuff, that was wild. Again, I'll be really interested to see what kind of that pans out to be. The new expression hardware, the M9, pretty solid looking, the LEDs on the front. That's going to be cool. I'm glad we didn't stop it.
You're still here? The keynote's over. The reception's over there.
Oh, I missed that. So, okay, so it is an SFP with a license.
Go.
Okay. Yep. Yep, Fry from Futurama, shut up and take my money. I'm so sold. Yeah, it has been a while since the Solo's seen any love, but it was the first one that pushed out the media player built in. The God, what was that protocol? H.264 MP4 coder in it. But now I see that was another thing they said was the new Carbonates are going to have a UHD media player, and that was one. I don't want to say downside, but like if you were running in 1080, the clips that you loaded into the clip player still needed to be 720, and they were basically upconverted. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Man, I'm just trying to run back in my head. I didn't take notes on anything, but yeah, the Inception stuff was cool. What do we got here? Or have they given up the small market to Blackmagic Design? I don't know, Miko. There's a lot of love there, I think, still. You know, even with the regular Carbonate Ultra, I think that's still a pretty good price point, even if you're using a digital panel. And I don't remember what the Ultra 60 was price point compared to the Constellation. Again, I still want to do like a video comparison of that. I think that would be wild. I just got to get my hands on, you know, both units. So that's going to be a conversation much above me to see if I can do that. Yeah, I don't know. Blackmagic prices are hard to beat in a lot of things, but you know what they say. When you buy one, make sure you buy two. Yeah, that's true. There might not be a lot of profit on the solos, but I have trained on a lot of solos. Actually, 3 weeks ago, I did an online training with a high school that had a solo. They're still very robust machines, and you know the point of getting them into like colleges or high schools or that entry level, you know, you're getting your students coming up with that product. So, you know, anyone who learns a solo, you know, it's going to be a stepping stone into, you know, an Ultra or, you know, a Carbonate Ultrix or, you know, and then obviously a QD is going to be a little bit different, but I think I did see that right, that the actual Acuity is now turning end of life, and now it's being pushed towards the Ultrix Acuity, which you know, the software-defined production engines are pretty cool themselves, in the fact that they can like swap back and forth just based on what your needs are. That's kind of cool. Miko says, but a really small TD panel would sell like hotcakes and pair nicely with the smaller Ultra. I could not agree more. Yeah, the mnemonics on the CB9 panel, yeah, they're a little rough. But I mean, again, the Solo was kind of not an answer to, but a follow-up kind of to the market that the crossover was in, right? So the history of that was that the JVC company had, I'm trying to get this right, Ross had OEM'd a switcher from, I think it was JVC, or it was the other way around, I don't remember, but they essentially had an identical switcher to the crossover. And however which way that went, Ross ended up having the crossover, which then became kind of the precursor to the Carbonite way back when. So yeah, the Carbonite Solo, which, I mean, the fact that you can buy that off of the Ross website right now, you know, says a lot to that price point. At least you could. I don't know if you still can. Oh man, what else? What else was part of that? That was so much. Yeah, the Ross Sox, obviously a winner every time. 8.0. I can't believe it's been 8 renditions of that already. And of course, you know, the video at the beginning, talking about the legacy and everything, and John Ross, that was really nice. That was a good touch. It's really been a really good company to do business with. You know, me as a contract trainer, demo artist, commissioner, I never have had a bad thing to say about the way they do business, their code of ethics, or anything like that. And you know, as an operator, as a technical director, you know, I have a special place in my heart for, you know, all the switchers and panels that they use. And you know, I got started on Grass Valley. My first switcher was a GVG 3000, and I learned, you know, all of the other standard F into the transitioning into HD switchers, like the Zodiac, the Cayenne, the Calypso, yeah. So, haven't really dove much into the Sony switchers. I tinkered with them, but not really a big fan. Andrew says, new touch drive X panels. Oh yeah, the X panels. That was, they look sharp. I'll have to get a closer look at them to see like what the major differences are. But oh, and the AI stuff. Oh no, the voice command control of your switcher. That's like next level tomfoolery. That's gonna be wild. I don't even know how to process that right now. I'm gonna have to sleep on that one and get my opinions out. But I think it's fun. I think it's clever. I think it's hilarious. I'll be interested to see where that winds up. That's gonna be fun. Again, just the shenanigans that could go on with that. I don't know. It was a really good teaser, or you know, I think we're a little late in the game for an April Fool's joke, but that was pretty fun. Miko says the crossover was made by Ross after the Synergy as a panel and frame system. The crossover Solo was the all-in-one, and they also made a version for JVC. Yes, so JVC OEM'd the version from Ross, and I think it was I don't want to say that for sure, but I think that it was first OEM'd for JVC, and then Ross also released the version since it was built. I don't remember my history on that one. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, I've operated the Solo before, and then the crossover 12 and 16. Because the Solo was the all-in-one that had the BNCs in the back, and then the other two had the expanded panels for custom controls, and then the independent frame that was on there. But yeah, so this will be fun. I'm definitely gonna make sure I stop by the Ross booth while I'm out there at NAB, of course. I'll look into some of these things. Because as the crossover panel became the original carbonate panel, yes, it did. That is factual. Very true statement. Yeah, the crossover panels were, you know, even forward compatible for a while into the later carbonate models. Anything that was serial back to the frame, I think they still worked with. Yeah. Guys, this has been a blast. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to sign out here. This has been long already. We're coming up on 10 o'clock Eastern time. I still got to do packing for my flight tomorrow, heading out to NAB. I'm going to try to take as much footage as I can. I will try to do some short form content on some interviews, maybe reviewing some of the products I see out there, you know, first takes, that kind of stuff. Talking to the Ross people, talking to the other vendors. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover, make sure that you follow me on social media. Instagram. I have a Twitter, but I don't use it. Don't follow me on Twitter. Sorry, X. Sorry, X. Don't follow me on that. I have it, but Instagram, YouTube, that's going to be the stuff to follow me on. I'll try to do a lot of short form content. We'll see how it works on that kind of stuff. But yeah. This has been fun. I would like to do more of this in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you let me know. Getting close to 10K subscribers, so make sure you like and share, as always. And we're going to leave it now, but we'll catch you right here next time on Broadcast.